That series is now even. And then, of course, the Giants and Logan Webb. Is there any pitcher in the National League better than him right now? Is there anybody?
Well, and he's so unique compared to all the other guys. In a max effort era, you see a guy who's leading with 40% changeups. You see a guy that goes deeper into games than anyone in baseball. He's going to log a zillion innings, and it feels like he pitches to contact. They showed multiple graphics last night regarding all the Giant starters. Each one has a dominant pitch that, for whatever that pitch is, that particular Giant is number one in baseball. Harrison with his fastball, for example. Keaton Wynn with his splitter and the changeup for Logan Webb. Logan Webb also second in baseball in double plays induced. I mean, he's just a throwback pitcher, and he's perfect for our ballpark.
He's a throwback pitcher. You look at the quality starts he's had. He's had the rough start against the Dodgers, and that's about it. Every other start, I mean, he's got a 19-inning scoreless streak.
Career high.
19-inning scoreless streak, career high, which is, I mean, I don't scoff at the scoreless streaks, whether they're 19, 25, 27. Everybody wants to match Oral Horschreiser or what he did. But you know what? The hell with that.
55 is pretty crazy.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But nobody's going to match that, I don't believe. But Logan Webb, 8 innings last night, gives up to 6 hits, 4 strikeouts. His ERA is now down to 2.33. And you look at his game logs now. His game logs where he's going at least 6. He's doing what aces do.
Yeah.
Of his 6 starts, 5 of them quality starts. 6. He had the 3. He had the short start in Dodger Stadium when they lost 5-4, but you get 7, 7, 7, 8. So think about that. Last 4 starts, 7, 7, 7, 8. He's eating up innings. And so then you get enough offense from our old boy, Mike Yastrzemski. Don't look now, folks. He's batting over 200. 3 RBIs last night. Still playing solid defense. I know you guys scoffing Yaz and what he's doing. Look, he's in the 8-hole. He's not here for offense. All I heard from a lot of Giants fans was we need defense. We need bats, but we also need defense. Well, he provides defense, and he's hitting the ball now. You got to give it up to Yaz. He's having a hell of a week.
It's a premium offensive position, though. But I hear you. He is playing much better offensively, and his defense is excellent. I mean, no one denies that. You know, it's a premium position. I look at the guy who's playing right field for the New York Mets as a guy, man, I'd love to get a piece of him. I mean, Marte is a baller. I mean, Marte is a force on the base pass and puts the ball in play with power.
They're also investing a lot more in Marte.
I mean, Yaz is making
$7 million. That's chump change.
Okay, but you're a negative WAR guy, so I can get a minor leaguer.
You're
for
a WAR guy now.
Well, I mean, just look at the numbers.
Oh, you're a WAR guy.
No, I'm not a WAR guy, but if you just look at their offensive output from right field, second to last in OPS, second to last in batting average, second to last in slugging, second to last in hits, most strikeouts. Like, come on. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. He's been better, and it's early, so I'm willing to give him a little more of a leash. Slater, there's no excuse. Slater, I think we're at the end of the road with Slater.
Last 7 days for Yaz, batting .375, OPS .974. 16 at-bats, 6 hits, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. Last 15 days for Yaz, he's batting .321. He's batting .321 the last 15 days.
Well,
so slowly but surely, that bats. I mean, look, we got to give credit when we give credit when it's due, man. Look, I know nobody likes Yaz around here. We want to blame him for everything. It's not that we
don't like Yaz. It's just we don't understand the roster politics of why you ride with someone like Yaz.
Listen. Last night he proved 3 RBI day.
Okay, but Ponce, when you bring the infield
the
game,
last 15 days,
all right.
Last 15 days, 321, 387. He's 28 at bats, 9 hits, 1 homer, 9 RBIs. The guy's having better at bats. He's only struck out 4 times in the last 15 days. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's an all-star. But why we got to disrespect the guy when he's doing good?
No, it's because you have a young guy in Elliot Ramos.
Him when he's not hitting.
No.
All of a sudden he's hitting, helping the Giants win some games, and we want to crap on the guy.
No.
Give the guy some love, man.
You're creating a straw man argument.
I'm not
Everybody
creating
likes
no
him as
argument.
a
I'm just
fourth
giving him his
outfielder.
propers, and you're hating on him.
No one's hating on him, but like
you are hating on him. You're bringing up WAR, stats you don't even believe in.
I believe in hits, RBIs, strikeouts. You know, least amount of doubles, home runs. Like these are the Giants' right field production output right now. So like,
I'm just looking at the last 15 days. Yaz batting .321.
Okay, but here's a great example for yesterday, right? If you watch the Jung Hugh Lee at bats, he hit 3 scalding balls, but because the defense is back, it's an out. They bring the defense in when Yaz is up. He hits a bounding ball because the first baseman's in. He gets an RBI and a base hit. And look, that's baseball. You know, executing with the guy at third base, putting the ball in play, and knocking it past an infield that's in. But like, if you're rating the at-bats via the eye test, like Jung Hoo Lee had a better at-bat. That guy went 0 for 4 yesterday, right? So it's not just the raw data. I watch the at-bats every single day, and Yaz has been better. Great,
we all
I'm
watch
happy.
The at-bats. We're all locked in on the Giants.
I'm happy he's been better.
We're all locked in on the Giants. I'm just saying, give him some credit. Just give him some damn credit. That's all. We don't have to hate on him every step of the way. He's helping the Giants win some games, being patient. The Giants are winning some games. They're right there in the race in the NL West. Like, my whole thing was with Yaz, I thought the hatred towards him the first couple of weeks of the season, we're dumping just get him out of here, and I get it. I'm not the biggest Yaz fan either. Those first 2 weeks of the season.
No, but
let's get a guy some love when he does something.
It's not about Yaz. It's about Matos and Ramos in the minors who they want to get a look at. And Yaz is a 33-year-old who's been here for 6 full seasons, and we want to see something different. I think it's more about like the roster politics. Like, we've gotten a longer look at Tom Murphy, for Christ's sake, than we did Joey Bart. And people throw their hands up and they're like, well, wait a minute. Like, why are some young guys given a long leash and why are other guys never given an opportunity? So I think Yaz is a good microcosm of the frustration of a lot of the fans.
I hear you, but when he does play well, we should give him credit. We should give him credit, not dump on the guy. Let's give him credit. And I go back to what Flimmy told us a couple weeks ago. Just be patient, because Melvin will not be patient. He will, if you don't start hitting, you will get benched. And you know what? Yaz has started hitting over the last 15 days.
So do you think they do something with Slater? Because I think he's 2 for 30 this
I'm
year.
not a Slater fan. Sure, why not? Why not? I'm not a fan of Slater.
I mean, Slater's been here 8 years.
I'm not a fan of Slater. I'm not a fan of his leadoff. I think he'll be gone soon, or he'll get replaced at some point. But if you like defense, everybody tells me, like when Matt Chapman. Well, hold on. When Chapman is struggling, and I hear his defense. But
Chapman's better defensively.
I get it. He's great at third base, but Yaz ain't no chump in right field.
He's a good outfielder. But you could find a million outfielders in the minor leagues.
Not to just play right, not to play right field at Oracle Park. At Oracle Park with those archways.
Yes, you can. Bob.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, that's your opinion. I don't think you can just put anybody in right field. We got NFL draft tomorrow as well, but let's get to Mike in Pleasanton. Let's talk some Giants here. We got a Giants call.
All right.
Let's go. Mike in Pleasant Hill. Go figure.
Hey,
what's up, Mike?
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Ready to get my coffee, headed to work. I'm loving this conversation. I don't call in often, but it's good to call in these early mornings. So I totally agree with Shasky, man. They need to call Ramos up, man. I'm so over Slater. I do not get why they hold on to him still. Like, I understand the whole platoon situation. You can feel a little bit. And I'll give a little bit of love to Yastrzemski, but he is what he is, you know what I mean? But I really would just want to see what the hell Ramos can bring to the table. Like, he's been tearing it up in AAA. I'd probably rather see him up, man. He's a lot younger than Slater. I just want to see what he brings to the table, you know?
I'm willing.
Brings some youth, you know?
Let me make myself clear, Mike. I'm not standing for Austin Slater. I haven't brought him up one time. I don't think Austin Slater's a Major League Baseball player.
But at one point in his, great call, but at one point in his career, it made sense because the data was backing up that, hey, Slater hits lefties well. Well, if you look at the recent trends, it's been about a year plus where he hasn't hit lefties well. And if you look at Ramos and what he's doing in the minor leagues, and Matos to a lesser degree, like Matos out-hit Slater versus lefties last year, right? So if you're kind of like calling card is you're going to be the pinch hitting outfield left-handed specialist. Like, I'll buy that, but the data has to back it up. And if the data is not going to back it up and the at-bats look meager, like, that's when I'm ready to like wave the white flag. And I think we lump Slater and Yaz together when clearly I view them just different from each other. I think that Yaz is like a fourth outfielder, occasional starter. I'd like to see the young guys, but they're hell bent on platooning that area. Because the other area where I believe you can play a guy in right field is I think you can at times play Lamont Wade Jr., who's been phenomenal at the beginning of the year. You can play him a little in right field. Now, he's not the defender that Yaz is, but if you're looking for some offensive production, you can get away with having Lamont Wade out there 1 or 2 days a week, right? So I'm all about positional versatility and about having the most dynamic roster possible. And I just think that Slater kind of limits you right now.
Yes, Slater didn't even play yesterday, so I wasn't even going to bring up Slater.
Well, he's in the day before,
Slater's not to me, I'm not a Slater fan. I don't think he's a major league player right now. That's just me. But I'm just looking at Yaz because Yaz got all the heat the first couple weeks of the season. Yeah, get Yaz out of here. Yaz this and Yaz that. Yaz this and Yaz that. I'm going to say, hey, like Fleming said, Bob Melvin's not going to be patient with these guys. So you best start hitting. Well, and you know what?
Soler needs to wake up.
Yaz in the last 15 days has started hitting. That's all. And I just want to give the guys some credit. Right now, Matos, everybody crying for Matos. He ain't hitting anything in AAA. Batting 239, 2 homers, 10 RBIs, 76 plate appearances. I'm just looking at the numbers here.
I know, but
I haven't watched any at-bats.
When you bring up like Jackson
struggling.
Holliday, the Baltimore Orioles GM brought it up. He's like, do you really, like, this is what he said to
He was killing AAA pitching.
I know, he got a 360 in the minors. But he said, but what he was saying was that, do you think 2 or 3 weeks in the minors, good or bad, is going to make organizational decisions different for a guy at the AAA level?
Maybe it does for Farhan. Well, maybe it does for Farhan.
I mean, if that's the case, then, you know, I mean, like, again.
Every GM has a different philosophy,
Elliot Ramos
right?
should already be up here then.
You know, well, maybe he should be up here then. He's not. Maybe he will be. Maybe he will be for Slater.
They absolutely need Jorge Soler to start picking it up. The guy's on-base percentage has been...
What's Matos got? 6 home runs, 17 RBIs so far in AAA?
Ramos has 6 home runs, 17 RBIs, and 333. But as I mentioned yesterday, he's killing it against lefties right now.
He's scalding.
So like that to me is an easy swap out. But their argument is going to be, well, you're not going to get Elliot Ramos to play every day. He needs to play every day. And why? Well, they're going to pivot back to Yaz. And so that's like, again, you stymie young players. You know, when you're hell bent on playing certain veterans who don't have, you know, the appropriate equity with I feel in the organization.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Yaz though. Last 5 games, starting with Arizona. That was a big time series, right? Big time series. And every game in that series, he got a hit. In 4 of his last 5, he's got a hit. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Yaz is some all-star. Like everybody's so mad about Mike Yastrzemski. I'm just saying the guy's batting 321 last 2 weeks. That's all.
Well, because we want to see some of the young guys who are playing, and some of your highest rated prospects who are the closest to the bigs happen to play a position that he also plays.
All right.
And so, you know, like people want to see those guys.
I hear you.
I mean, that's what we want. We want to be excited. We want to say, like for example, I look at shortstop.
That win did excite you last night? Logan Webb.
No, it was a great
shutout. It was a great just
win.
dealt.
Like
Logan Webb looks like the best pitcher we've had here in San Francisco in quite some time.
The
guy is dealing.
He's got a moxie right now that reminds me, it's very different in how they pitch, but the moxie's got a little Jason Schmidt where every time he goes out there, I expect him to go at least into the 7th inning. I expect it to be a tight game, 2-1, 3-1, something like that, and he's going to hand the ball to our bullpen or the closer with a chance to win.
Do you trust Bob Melvin at all?
I think he's still learning his bullpen. And I also think the bullpen hasn't been great. The Rogers brothers have been up and down, and I think that he doesn't have a lot of faith in them right now. He believes in Ryan Walker much more than I do. Camilo Duvall hasn't had ample opportunities to be out there on an everyday basis. So I think it's a work in progress right now. I will say this. I mean, I think the Keaton Wynn development is one of the best stories on the team. And this guy is basically giving you Alex Cobb-like production from last year, going 6 innings every time, ton of ground balls. I mean, he's been a revelation. Whatever we thought Jacob Junis was a couple of years ago, he's been better through the 4 starts.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's been awesome.
No doubt.
And then obviously I think Kyle Harrison, as I look at this rotation, I think we put a lot on his plate. At some point in June, July, when they kind of reset, and probably around the All-Star break, when they kind of retinker their rotation, I would split up the lefties, and I would go Logan Webb, Snell, Jordan Hicks, Harrison.
Yeah,
Wheaton,
probably do that.
And just to split them up. But they need Blake Snell to be Blake Snell. That's why tonight's an interesting start for him.
We'll get George Consos on at 9:20 about that. We'll relive Logan Webb's performance last night. He improves to 3-1, 8 innings, 6 hits, 4 Ks, 1 walk. No runs, shutting down the New York Mets lineup, who came in red hot. Giants now 12-13 on the season. Camilo Duvall gets a save, 2 outs there in the 9th inning, and the Giants get a nice little win because Luis Severino was dealing through 4. He had a no-hitter going. Perfect game going. I was like, damn. He was just mowing, and it felt like the 4th inning got here in an hour.
Yeah.
And then the 5th inning happened, and the Giants were able to bust it open there. So Conforto's getting his bat back. Chapman got a nice little hit yesterday. So the Giants get a good win. Feel good road homestand so far.
Conforto versus the Mets. He's had some great at-bats. He went the other way last night on an outside pitch. It's just a beautiful swing. And that play that he made in left field, I think that's the best defensive play I've seen him make in the 2 years he's been with the Giants.
That was amazing.
It's a hell of a catch.
Amazing catch there. for Michael Conforto, and I loved it. I love the way he's playing right now. He's playing hard. This team's playing hard right now. So look, Lamont Wade Jr. gets another hit. He's batting .357. Oh, look, let's see if they can get the sweep. Let's see if they can get the sweep tonight. Let's get greedy, folks.
I can't believe how good Lamont Wade Jr.'s been. Not only is he hitting the ball to all fields, he's getting on base, he's patient, he's hitting with 2 strikes. Yep. He's been really good at first base. He's been an excellent player this year. You know, it was kind of a joke last year. You and I were laughing about, oh, he should be an all-star. Look, it's a month in. We're not that deep. You got to do it for a long time. If he plays like this and it's sustainable, yeah, he will end up being one of the representatives as an all-star for the Giants. It's a loaded first base with a lot of sexy names in the